Welcome back, gamers. So a gentleman on Steam asked me to make him a video about elite and dangerous mining. Now, I've seen a lot of videos out there. They don't really get to the point. So this video is just going to get straight to the point. The first thing you need to know is that mining you can actually do from the very beginning, as long as you have a sidewinder, a refinery, and maybe a couple of limpets here and there. But that's pretty much it. You can even get rid of your shield. As long as you make money somehow, get yourself to a Cobra or a Keelback, and right now I'm currently at the Keelback level, which is a really nice ship to do mining in. Now, the Cobra is a really good ship also because you can actually exchange parts out and get almost the same parts that you can on the Keelback, except the Keelback can send out more limpets. You might not want to use cargo ships. They are a little bit hard to fly, however, it is a viable option. If you want to do that, you can, except it just doesn't feel very economic. So remember, Sidewinder, Cobra 3, and then Cobra 4 if you have that, and then the Keelback. Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to the ship, just to show you the outfitting on the ship and then how it works. So the first thing I want to do is put some mining lasers on the ship. You can't mine without mining lasers, so I go ahead and just buy a couple mining lasers, and just for the hell of it, I'll put on 3 or 4, just for fun. And then if you take a look at this part, the ship here, I got rid of my shields, because I play Elite Dangerous, I don't need any shields. You're just doing mining runs. Put a refinery there. Collector limpets, so they can actually collect the materials when you mine them. And I'm going to get a prospector limpet. The reason you want a prospector limpet is because when you shoot those at an asteroid, you get more yield out of them. And a lot of people don't know this, so you definitely want more yields. Cargo is important because you need as much space as you can. And then when I get to the point where I buy my limpets, I go ahead and buy about half of what the cargo can carry, and maybe 2 more, because limpets are stupid. Sometimes they just blow up and hit asteroids, etc. So yeah, you might want a couple to cover that in case, but usually even if you have extras and say you don't want to use it, you can always toss it out during the mining process. Now, before you leave the station, make sure of 2 things. Number 1 is that you restocked on limpets, because sometimes when I leave the station, I forget that I don't have limpets on my ship. You have to manually buy them, so go and restock the limpets. That's rule number 1. Always restock limpets. Rule number 2 is check the mission board. The mission board will probably have quests that you need. So if you check it, you might have some couple quests here and there that can be related to mining. So you can get a lot more credits out of it. So make sure you get that also. Now, the next step for you is to find a planet with metallic ring. Rocky rings can find some stuff. Can't really find anything on ice rings. Metal rich, you can find some stuff too. But what you want is metallic. Metallic is the key. So here's a system with metallic ring, or 1 metallic ring, 20 Ophiuchi or Ophiuchi, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Anyways, this is a good planet to farm on. If you're new, Frey is a great area to farm in. Also, the fact is that they have the bases you need, and everything you need to buy is there also, since they're high-tech mining systems. Now, once you get to the planet, your focus should be the 5 acronyms PPPGO. What is PPPGO? PPPGO is how I make my money. Now, usually I go for the PPP, but I add the GO in sometimes when I have too much space, or I'm just looking up to fill some space real quick so I can make my way back and then come back here for another trip. But PPPGO stands for Painite, Platinum, Palladium, Gold, and Osmium. These are the 5 money makers. Now, gold and osmium doesn't make too much money, but they're decent. So what you really want to find is Painite, Platinum, and Palladium. Those are the 3 big money makers in here. So you want to, first thing you want to do is to hit an asteroid and see what pops out of it. Just take a look at the composition of it, like the piece of chunk will tell you. So you hit it once. I'm going to slow down a little bit here just to be careful. You hit it once, it'll pop out, it'll tell you what it is, and then you can go ahead and send a prospector limpet in to get more yields out of it. So you have to wait for the prospector to land on the asteroid. Now, again, throw the limpet on the asteroid, target the limpet, and it'll tell you exactly what's on it. And also, you get more yields out of it. So that is why you always throw limpets on it, and you always test the asteroid out to see what the composition is made of before you toss a limpet. That way you can get the most benefit out of it. So as you can see here, this one has a bit of Painite, lots of gold, and quite a bit of Gallite too. But We don't care about Godlight. We don't care about any of that. Anything that isn't part of the 5 acronyms I mentioned earlier, don't even bother. Like, just throw them away. Silver, Godlight. What else do we have? I don't even remember. I just look at the refinery, what I carry, and I just throw it away. You see that? Just toss it away. Just don't even bother with it. It's not even worth that much. Maybe about 2,000, 3,000 credits. I mean, unless you're desperate for money, you know, don't even bother. But as you can see, the limpets do blow up like that because they're stupid, so you have to send another one out to pick it up for you. If you're pretty ghetto and you want to save some money, you can manually do it, but that's the boring way. I used to do that a long time ago. Now I send robots to do my job, so it's a bit more fun. You can help the robot out by moving a bit closer, but what you're going to do is you're going to do this until you farm enough in your inventory before you make the trip back, or as much as you can get until you run out of limpets. And don't worry, it'll only cost you like, what, 3,000 credits for 36 limpets? About there. Alright, so we're going to skip forward real quick. Alright, so now we're going to make the return trip. I'm going to show you what's in my inventory in a bit. Let me land my ship real quick and show you some dangerous landings. And don't worry about my health. I almost got chased down by a pirate earlier. If you are being chased by a pirate or an NPC and you want to be cheesy and you want to get out of it, just go ahead and Alt F4. Like, not Alt F4, I'm sorry. Turn on your taskbar and then shut the game down before he shoots you down. So if you're worried about that, you're worried about losing your loot or you're losing your incredible hull, go ahead and do that. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, I've seen people do it, so, but I wouldn't care. I mean, if I get shot down, so what? So anyways, we're going to settle down here, and I'm going to show you my haul of today. And the best part is, it only took me about 45 minutes to farm this. So, unless you're high trade rank, you can't really turn in too many missions on it, but you can turn in some missions if you can find any. And here's a mission I had earlier to find some platinum. So you're going to go ahead and turn that in. You get reputation, and you get quite a decent amount of some. There's one. Alright. And there we go. That's going to bring my trading rank up, and that's going to also bring my reputation up. Good stuff, okay? And you try to find any missions that you can take from here. I don't see anything else. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the inventory real quick and go to the commodity market. So at low level, you're going to pretty much sell everything. Low reputation, you know, low rank, new starters. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? On the right side, it tells you the average of how much of these cost. Look at that. I found a few Painite, lots of gold, lots of platinum, and some Palladium. So the runs aren't always good. Sometimes you'll have rocky runs. But like I said, you know, it's only about 30 or 40 minutes of your time. Sometimes you'll get fantastic runs. It all depends on your luck. So I'm going to sell this in front of you and show you how much money I make. And this is how I basically play the game. Now, of course, some people will say, well, I could trade and make more money, or I can go in combat and do this. Yes, but this is 100% profit for doing nothing. You're not really, you know, doing anything except spending 3,000 on limpets, or however much you spend on it. And then you just fly back and forth. Maybe pay for fuel a bit. And that's it. As long as you don't lose your ship, you don't have to pay the insurance. You're fine. You don't lose anything. You're making 100% profit, okay? And you're raising your rank in the process. So, there you go. That's how much money you can make from mining. That is an average 30 or 40 minutes worth of mining. I mean, think about it. That's a lot of credits for mining. And it's pretty fun. Now that they've changed it. So now for the people that have higher reputation, when you get to a point in trading where you're an entrepreneur or a tycoon, or when you are a good rep with a certain faction, what you can do is sit at the base with the materials you have, the 5 Ps, Painite, Palladium, Platinum, Gold, and Osmium. What you can do is sit there and save and exit the game and keep refreshing the quest to get the most out of your mining. And I've had friends who make 5 millions out of this. So that's later on, once you continuously sell all the materials you have and you reach that rank with trading, you can do this. It's amazing. You can make a lot of money. So here's an example of me just switching between solo and then going to open play and then watching quests pop up. And you could do that. You get money. money is good. Of course, once you make enough money, you can go ahead and upgrade your ship to an asp. And from there on, that's where your mining life will be. Unless you get something bigger. Anyways, if anything changes, I will update this guide for you. But so far, this is what I do in Elite Dangerous. Now, there's many ways you can make money in this game. It all depends on how you want to do it. But mining is fun for me because I'm a boring-ass guy. And probably because I'm Asian and I like to farm shit. So, therefore, mining is fun for me. I like mining. And I hope this helps you get rich. I mean, it's getting me pretty rich. I just throw money in the air every time I play this game. So, thanks for watching, guys. And remember to game on and reach.